This video comes from a creator from India that took his friend traveling from Cochin to Kolukumalai. Well, that would have been fine, but in this case, they decided to go through a restricted area called Nagamalai, a place they didn't have permission to enter. At one point during the hike, they reached a very high part of the hill and wanted to get close to the edge to admire the view, but little did they know that this decision could have ended their lives in just a few seconds, and not in the way you might imagine. Take a look. First, I thought, what's going on here? Was the wind that powerful there? Maybe they felt the land starting to slide, but neither of those made any sense. Then I saw it, a tiger, laying right there on the ground. If they had kept walking toward it, their lives would have been over for sure. They quickly ran in the opposite direction, thankful that the tiger didn't notice them. Maybe it was sleeping, maybe it was already eating something, but no matter what it was doing, they were extremely lucky. Josh is a YouTuber who dedicates his channel to exploring all kinds of abandoned locations, forests, buildings, and other intriguing places. His videos are not only highly entertaining, but also top-notch in quality, as he puts a lot of time and money into going out and exploring these places for his viewers. In this particular video, he sets out to find a lost plane wreck that crashed in 1986 in the mountains, so he pinpointed a few locations where he thought the plane could be and started hiking.
So I'm currently hiking in this really remote mountain range, and I'm searching for a massive plane wreckage that's found here. I think it's a really huge plane, like a big Boeing plane. It's somewhere up in this remote mountain, so I'm just taking the steep hike to go check it out. I think it'll be off trail a bit, but I reckon we can find it.
It took me hours of hiking until I summited my first mountain, and I could make my way deeper into the mountain range. I hadn't seen anyone or any trace of people during that time, but all that was about to change, as I suddenly spotted a large structure on another mountain just in front of me. Curious as to what it was, I made a detour and hiked up to it.
With some later research, he found out that it was actually a fort built in 1659 by France to protect the border with Spain. And it was even used as a maximum security prison during that time, but this wasn't the weird part. He continued exploring, still with no trace of humans around, when he suddenly spotted something unusual just off the trail. It looked like the ruins of an old building, so Josh decided to check it out, and that's when everything became much more strange.
Someone definitely lives here. There's canned food. Someone definitely lives here. Maybe not all the time, but often enough, which is crazy, because this is really in ruins and in the middle of nowhere. Very creepy. Here's the bedding. Okay, this is really creepy. This is really creepy. There is photos of the same person up on the wall. Like this is a stalker's house or something. This is creepy. Oh, there's so many photos on the floor everywhere. This place is littered with the same photos of the same people. Look at all these photos. These are all photos of people. All photos of people on the floor. Tons of them. On the bed. I'm gonna get out of here. This is really creepy. I don't know why there's so many photos.
That's extremely creepy. Why would someone even have photos of people in a place like that, in the middle of nowhere? It really does look like a weird stalker lives there from time to time, but what Josh discovered next was something that really added to the disturbing theory.
Biggest things I've ever found while hiking. Someone is living in there, and I think someone is stalking people.
As I headed out of the building, I also found this smaller structure just by it, and inside there was a bed along with what appeared to be rope.
After leaving that house, I feel like I'm being watched. All of a sudden feels very quiet and eerie around here. There's something really strange going on in these mountains.
A bed and rope? That's really scary, and it really does somehow confirm the theory. The stalker maybe not only watched the people from those photos, but maybe even brought them into that little structure, tying them up until deciding what to do with them. I'm really curious if the people from the photos are missing or not. That area seems like the perfect spot for something like this. It's not really circulated, and it would hide people pretty well. Josh knew that something disturbing might have happened there and felt it wasn't safe to stick around for long, so he continued his hike, eventually finding the plane in the end.
To give an update also on the location, now I am back in civilization. I have contacted the authorities. This was filmed a few months ago actually, so I contacted them. I sent them the location and photos of the area. I haven't heard anything back from them, so I'm not sure if there's been an investigation, but I've heard nothing more on that. But yeah, just so you know, I have contacted them, gave them all the information.
I just hope that the person who was living there was not actually a stalker, and that the photos were simply of people he knew, maybe family, and that nothing disturbing was really going on. But it's hard to confirm that, because let's be honest, there are way too many coincidences pointing toward a much darker story. And yet, maybe the police checked the place and found nothing suspicious. Or maybe they did, and we just never heard about it. Jakub and his friend were riding their bikes through the forest, speeding downhill, weaving between the trees, and soaking in that rush of adrenaline. But just when they thought the thrill was enough, the universe decided to crank it up, and gave them a whole lot more. A mother bear with a cub suddenly appeared right in front of them. You can actually see the cub run away while the mother charged at the bikers, trying to protect her little one. I don't think she wanted to attack them, more like scare them off so her cub could get away safely. Eventually, as the bikers backed off, the bear ran back into the forest. You can see how little she cared that there were two men in front of her. She just wanted to protect her cub and would have fought to the death if needed. This shows that mother bears are one of the most dangerous things you can ever encounter in the wild. The bikers didn't expect this at all and had no way to defend themselves except their bikes. But as you've seen in my recent videos, metal bars don't do much against an angry bear. They were extremely lucky the bear had somewhere to run, because if she was cornered, it could have ended very badly. Now, if you got here, that means you like what you're seeing, right? So how about hitting that subscribe and like buttons, and if you truly enjoy it, you might as well hype the video and click the bell icon to be notified when I post. Also, take a look at this awesome merch. Maybe you'll like something. Eric is a guy who loves exploring weird locations and usually posts urban exploration videos, but this one is definitely stranger than anything he's ever done. This time, he and his friend Veronica decided to try something completely new. This happened in the summer of 2020, when when an app called Randonautica was trending all over the internet. They wanted to see if what happened to others would happen to them too. If you don't know, Randonautica is an app that gives you random coordinates to explore. It became popular when everyone was stuck at home during COVID-19, encouraging people to get out and explore. While some people were sent to random fields and had fun, others ended up with extremely creepy coordinates, locations tied to crime scenes or other unsettling things.
I remember that there's this trend going on. What is it called? Randonauticing?
Yeah.
It's an app where, like, supposedly
Takes you to...
you like put your mind to it, like your intent, and like you say what you want to see, and like it takes you to this like specific location. So that's what we're gonna do right now. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy, and not to mention, it's a bunch of curves, and we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this. Hopefully it's real, you know?
I don't even know why she moved out here. Look at all this.
It's crazy. But we'll
Good
see.
thing it's not that far away from us. It's like, it says here it's 6 minutes away.
Their location was somewhere in the mountains, far from their home. With COVID keeping everyone inside, the road was completely empty. They were essentially alone. Eventually, they reached the spot the coordinates had led them to, and that's when things started to get really creepy.
Alright, y'all. Holy crap, guys. Randonautica took us to a wrong turn.
Baby, what is that?
There's... what? Don't tell me it's here. What the Are you serious right now? Wait, did you hear that?
Was that a dog?
No freaking way, did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Like
hear
that
it sounded like a baby sound, like a doll sound, like you know those little kids that play with like.
Yo, check this place out, guys. What?
There's no way this thing about is here.
We're literally in Desert Doll Island. That's what it looks like. Look at yeah, because I mean, like, we're in the desert type of thing, the mountains. What the hell is this? Wait, what does this say?
It says.
Oh, it's in Spanish. All right, so right off the bat, guys, we got a bunch of dolls here just laying around this fence. Yo, look at that.
Look, they look burnt. Look at this one.
The place already gave off a really unsettling vibe, creepy, with old dolls hanging from every fence and strange signs scattered around. One sign read, in Spanish, "This land belongs to the Witch of Danger. My eyes are watching you. Stay. I have the footprints of your feet. I am going to make you walk naked and crazy." A message like that in the middle of nowhere makes you wonder who would even do something like this and why. Some of the dolls were burned, others missing pieces, and it just adds to the sense that whoever spent time here, well, they were definitely up to something strange, maybe even sinister.
And then, like, we're walking.
Look at all those legs or limbs.
We're literally walking an entire property full of dolls. Do you guys see that?
You think a witch lives here?
Okay, there's something very odd happening right now. Something very odd going on right now. Here, take over real quick. Don't drop it. Make sure you keep it steady. Keep it steady.
Somebody's talking.
If you got here, comment the word trekking.
What's over there?
Wait, why is...
There's literally nothing here.
The nautical app took us here.
Well, because we are, our intent was something creepy.
What if this is like witchcraft type of thing?
Look, they even have hair. Oh, that lizard. Look, they even put hair on it. Or a wig or whatever.
Whoever did this is clearly out of this world because
What is it? A house over there?
it's probably abandoned. Oh, look, there's a tractor right there.
voices in the distance and some weird scarecrows that had no reason to be there. I mean, look at this one. It has such a creepy vibe to it that you really start to wonder who in their right mind would do something like this. And just when you think it can't get any worse, they spot a little shed. When they got closer to it, something happened. They saw someone, and that was it. Panic kicked in, and they started running back to their car as fast as they could. After posting the video, people immediately started coming up with theories. And honestly, nothing about that place made any sense. There isn't a location known for this kind of stuff. You can't really find it on Google Maps, and there was absolutely no reason for those dolls to be hanging there like that. People began to suspect something much more sinister was going on, like maybe the dolls belonged to kids that were kidnapped, and that shed was used to keep them there. Some even believed that the spot could be a burial ground. Now, who really knows what was happening there? But you can't deny how disturbing it is to stumble upon something like this in the middle of nowhere. Who did this, and why? There has to be a reason, and I honestly can't think of one that isn't unsettling in one way or another. They left the area and never went back. This app really feels like it's somehow connected to these weird locations, and that's why it can be very dangerous to use it, because you never know where you're going to end up. Erlo is a guy that was looking for a place to set up a trail camera so he can capture some wildlife for his channel in a forest in South Africa, and unfortunately ended up running home faster than he ran his entire life.
I think we have found a perfect place to place the trail camera. So this trail running along here is literally the only entrance and exit for this entire valley. And you can see it's very narrow, so it's very easy to funnel the animals in one spot. You know exactly where they'll be walking. It's very dense around here. So I guess animals can walk wherever they want. They don't need the trail. But I'm almost 100% convinced we'll catch some animals on this trail. Just look at how nice that is. I just have to find a good spot to place the camera.
But this is when he encountered something strange.
Further into the tree line, so it's better hidden. This could perhaps work. I have no idea what that was. That was not an animal. I think I'm gonna leave.
He ran back. I replayed this sound over and over again, and it felt very weird to me that it didn't have any echo. But fortunately, he was safe all along. He came back in the comments and said that he found out exactly what it was. It was a mechanical leopard roar played over a hidden speaker used by the local baboon watch to keep baboons from coming down the mountain into the suburbs. He also mentioned that he doesn't know if that sound works on baboons, but it sure worked on him. It's a sound that would really terrify everybody who would hear it, so tell me, what would you have done in that situation? The Wandering Woodsman is a man that loves to hike around the woods, and his videos are all about that, also often exploring the locations he finds along his hikes. In this particular video, he stumbled upon something extremely awkward and weird, and even though at first sight it didn't look disturbing, some people found it way more unsettling than awkward.
It's a Monday afternoon, October 6th, I believe. Yeah, we just got back from our backpacking trip up in the Allegheny National Forest. That was a great time with the gang up there at Minister Creek. We're back in our home area here. We're at Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area. Just going for a shorter, more relaxed hike today up I believe it's called the Valley View Trail. We've been up here before, but I took it easy this morning. Let's just put it that way. Took it easy a little bit. We're gonna go for a stretch our legs today.
He began his hike, and for most of the video, he was just walking, occasionally stopping to admire the nature and listen to the sounds of the woods. But then, while he was walking, this happened.
Now we start heading down. The long climb down. Oh my gosh, there's a guy in this. That is creepy. There's a guy in just his underwear up here. Well, that was unexpected. I'm not sure if you saw any of that on camera. I didn't want to film as I got closer, obviously, but just some dude. Caught a glimpse of him. A little bit more than a glimpse. I mean, he was basically wearing, you know, a pair of thongs for underwear. Literally. I mean, I saw full cheekage and a lot more than I wanted to see elsewhere. As soon as he saw me, though, he put on like a pair of shorts. I'm not sure what was going on there. That is a first for me. I just walked right past him. I didn't say anything. Like, what in the world's going on there? I don't know. I thought this was gonna be a nice little, let's go for a short little walk video, but oh boy. I'll just check the footage to see if you can see anything when I get home, but man, I kind of just want to get off this mountain now. I don't know, was he going to the bathroom? Or why would you have your shorts, he had his shorts completely off though, you know, like the shorts over his thongs. I'm not sure what's going on there. That's creepy.
As he later mentioned, it was warm outside, but not that warm. I honestly can't think of a clear explanation for why that man wasn't wearing any clothes, other than maybe there was a river nearby and he went for a swim. And again, he said it was actually quite cold for something like that. If we check the video, we can actually see that it was published on October 19th, 2025. And if we look at the temperature in that area during that time, it was around 50 to 63 degrees Fahrenheit. That means the water would have been noticeably colder than the air, roughly 46 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit, which is extremely cold for swimming. Now, while many people saw this as just an awkward encounter, a lot of women found it much more unsettling, even disturbing, sharing their own stories about being alone on a trail and running into a naked man, and how those situations turned out to be far scarier than they looked at first. And then you start thinking, what are the chances that this guy just did something terrible? What if he killed someone and buried the body deep in those woods, and those bloody clothes he was wearing were hidden somewhere nearby? You can see he was clearly surprised, like he wasn't expecting anyone to be hiking there. Yeah, that's an exaggerated theory, but you never really know. Now tell me your theories, real or fictional. Why do you think that man was naked in the middle of nowhere on a day that was warm, but not that warm? That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.